Good afternoon. My name is Layla Amour, and I am 9 years old. I am also proud to serve as the president of the Amicette auxiliary. Today, I am honored to interview Ms. Juliet Duggins, the Center Director of Sullivan Learning in the Northeast Bronx. She grew up in Long Island City, Queens, and has made history as one of the first Black women to own a Sullivan Learning Center in New York City. She also served as president of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Kappa Epsilon Zeta chapter in 2021 and 2022, showing her dedication to leadership and service in our community. She loves community service, helping others succeed, and even enjoys snowboarding and surfing. During Women's History Month, I am excited to learn from her about leadership, bravery, and how young girls like me can grow to make a difference in our communities. Can you share a little about your background and who or what inspired you to become a community leader?
Sure. So my background is I am American. I am Black American. My parents, my grandparents, they were all born here in the South, in South Carolina, and they migrated to New York City. And so I've been in New York City all of my life. That is my background. And you asked what inspired me to become a community leader. It just happened. I can't say that it was a plan or that I saw something or I said one day I want to be a community leader. It just happened in progression through education. So more things that I learned and that I knew. It's like with more knowledge, you learn how much you don't know or how much need is needed in the community. And then you just wind up using whatever little resources you have and you give back. And then if you continuously and consistently do that, people start to look at you as a community leader, but it was never my intention. I didn't inspire to be one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What accomplishments are you most proud of, and what challenges have you faced? How did you overcome them?
Okay, so there's a personal answer and a professional answer. Personal, my accomplishment that I am most proud of is raising a young Black male to be 20 years old and comfortable in himself and maturing in the world, and raising a young Black woman who is 19 years old, who is developing into her own right of being a community leader through her college campus and activities that she does. So on a personal level, I am really proud of that. And then on a community service level, I am proud of contributing to the youth auxiliaries for my sorority. So we have Perlettes, we have Amicettes, and we have Arcanettes. And for the past 15 years, consistently, even in COVID, I've hosted a science fair for the Perlettes in Sigma Kappa Zeta chapter. And just yesterday, we completed our 15th science fair. So I'm super proud of that. And then on a professional level, I am proud of opening a learning center that provides almost a resource like a well, like an educational well for my community.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You said your mom taught you to work hard while you're young. What is one habit kids my age can start now so we can be successful?
Okay. The full quote that my mom told me, and it stuck with me and it rings true, is to work hard while you're young or work hard for the rest of your life. So that has proven to be true for me as a child, young adult, just a Black woman. I worked really hard, and working hard means how much you're sacrificing. So I measure hard work based off of delayed gratification and sacrifice. So if I am going to sacrifice hanging out with my friends, having a boyfriend, like there's so many things that I chose to sacrifice as a teenager which allowed me to get straight A's in school, get scholarships for school. It opened doors that I believe I would not have available to me if I didn't make certain sacrifices while I was young. And how it's proven also to be true is that I started working, I think when I was 16 years old, I started working in a supermarket. And I continuously worked, until the age of 48. And so from working hard at 16 years old to 48 years old, I retired. I retired at 48 years old from working at the New York City public schools. So being able to retire, officially retire at the age of 48 is an extreme accomplishment. And I give the credit all to my mom for instilling in me to work hard while I'm young or to work hard for the rest of my life. So now I work because I own my own learning center and I choose to work. But the benefit of owning my own learning center, I'm only working because I choose to, because now I have employees that actually can do all of the work for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What does social action mean to you?
Social action is a seed. So to me, I see social action as a seed that you plant in fertile ground. And when you plant that seed in fertile ground, it allows change, wealth, sustenance to grow. And that's what I see social action to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What message would you like to directly share with young girls or your younger self who are watching right now?
Do what you're afraid of. If it's something that you decide to do and you want to do it and it's scary and you haven't seen anyone else do it before, that means it's time for you to do it. And you have to push through the fear and not be afraid to fail, because you will. Failure is inevitable, but success is only inevitable if you push through the fear.
Thank you for the message.
You're welcome.
Because it's Women's History Month, what advice would you give to young girls like me who want to grow up to be leaders helping the community?
The advice I would give to young girls like you who aspire to be a leader in the community, to be a leader at home first. Clean your room, make your bed, be consistent in your chores, not for an allowance, but to help out your family. Community leadership and service begins at home. And it's the simple things like taking out the trash consistently. You may think that, oh, I have to go out into the world and I have to clean the parks, so I have to clean my school or paint a mural. You have to start at home. That's how I see young girls starting out to become community leaders. Because like I shared, it was never my aspiration to be a community leader. It was just things that were instilled in me that people out in the community start to admire, and then they label you as a leader.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How have women's rights or engagement shaped your journey as a leader in the Bronx?
So it's something that you and I shared in our pre-conversation that was very insightful that you said. I asked you, do you like school? And you said to me that you like school because you see it as a privilege, that you know that women in the past didn't have that opportunity to learn. And that is very inspiring. So just hearing you, being aware of that, knowing that in 2026, that even back like in 1920, how it was really hard for us to get an education or to be seen and accepted as to be able to contribute and to be intellectuals. That's what you inspire me. So that's what inspires me right now today, to be able to sit with someone like you and meet young ladies like you, and to know that our future is promising. And because you also are aware of education is important and it's a privilege and it should be honored.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When people think of your name years from now, what do you hope they remember about you and the work you've done.
So this is a tough one. If someone says my name, I definitely would want it to be associated with scholarship. I would want it to be associated with education. I would want it to be associated with access to learning, access to knowledge. I think that's what I would want.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how important is it for girls to see women leaders who look like them, and why?
This is a tough one for me. And the reason why it's a tough one is because I don't rate it as high. And the reason why is because we need to be trailblazers. I believe in being trailblazers. So if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 2. And the reason why is because we can't be afraid to be the first. In 2026, we are still, as Black and brown women, being the first to accomplish things. I am the first Black female that owns a learning center in New York City, in my community. And if I was to wait until I saw someone like me do it, we would never have one. So I would rate it as a 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Juliet, for sharing your story with me today. As a young leader and president of the Amicette Auxiliary, it means so much to hear from women who are making history and helping others. I learned that being brave, working hard, and serving your community are important qualities of a strong leader. You inspire girls like me to dream big, work hard, sparkle brightly, and believe in ourselves. Happy Women's History Month, and thank you for making a difference in our community.